The New York Knicks. New York. I like this team. Look at this fucking team.
Yeah, I just don't like how they overpaid for Fournier. But other than that, it's a nice team. Fournier got like $80 million, dude.
He did get overpaid a lot, but then at the same time, he kind of saved money with Kemba. Because, like, Kemba is on a 1 year.
That's crazy how fast Kemba's value fell.
Right?
I mean, I feel like being back home for him is going to improve his play.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He loves playing MSG. So, yeah. Kemba Walker at the 1, RJ Barrett at the 2, which...
my favorite player on this team is, like, not even, like, a star bench player. It's Jericho Sims.
Oh, yeah, Jericho Sims. Look at that. I got him all the way up.
Just watching his Summer League highlights is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, that dude can fly.
Yeah. I mean, I think this team got significantly better. Just off the fact you get Mitchell Robinson back. Mm-hmm. Kemba's here. Now D Rose gets to run the bench unit, which he's been pretty successful at doing. Mm-hmm. Emmanuel quickly gets another year of development. Alec Burks is a solid wing. I don't know about Kevin Knox. I think he'll be top.
No, yeah.
And then Nerlens Noel was, he was a great rim protector and a vertical threat.
You have easily a 15-man. You have 3 units. Yeah, you have 3 good units.
Julius Randle, let's see how he builds off his all-star.
Just go right.
He forgot how to play basketball in the playoffs.
He did.
Who knows if that happens a second in a row.
So, yeah, Evan Fournier at the 3, Julius Randle at the 4, and Mitchell Robinson at the 5, as we were saying. But, yeah, we'll see. Like Miles was saying, we'll see as to how this works because, again, in the playoffs, RJ Barrett and Julius Randle completely forgot to play basketball, and they forgot that they had a right hand. They did not want to go right for some reason. But, again, with this team identity, they were very defense-heavy, obviously, with Tibbs at the helm.
Yeah.
They were first in opponents' points per game at 104, meaning they were the best defensive team. They had the third best defensive rating at 108.2, and it also helps that they had the lowest pace in the NBA last year at 95.9. So they kind of kill you with the grind. They kill you with defense.
Play slow.
They play very slow, play methodically, which is how Tibbs likes to run. And the good thing is that there was a question as to when Elfrid Payton went down or something, and Derrick Rose had to play a lot of the minutes.
We saw that. I mean, Derrick Rose still has something.
He still has something.
I mean, not the same player, but like...
Yeah, but like, you know how like Thibodeau likes to run these guys for like a long time?
Yeah.
Like, Julius Randle, I think, averaged the most minutes in the NBA last year.
Played like 38, 39 minutes a game.
Yeah, that's ridiculous for like even in a 72-game season. Yeah. So, for Derrick Rose, now he has Emmanuel Quigley, who's getting better. He now has Miles McBride and Quentin Grimes, who can both run the 2-guard spot. And I don't know. I really like this. I really like this team. It's very balanced. It's very like you can run a lot of lineups. I mean, the Kemba thing, we'll see how it works. And Fournier kind of had an off season last year with the Celtics, and so they're shooting.
I just don't know about the shooting from like the bigs, you know, like Obi Toppin. I mean, Julius Randle obviously shot 39% last year, 40%. Mitchell Robinson, he tricked us, man. He's looking like KD in the offseason, but in the season he's just setting screens. Nerlens Noel can't shoot. Kevin Knox, oh man, he's a bust.
Is Kevin is Nitty still on this team? I don't remember.
No, I think he's still a free agent.
Frank Nitty?
Yeah, no one picked him up.
That's tough. I mean, again,
you can go small with Julius at the 5 if you really want a shooting lineup.
Yeah.
But who slots in at the 4? Do you move Fournier? I mean, you could put Alec Burks there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But then the defense kind of.
It's very balanced. Again, like I really do like this team. Kemba Walker is gonna average. What do you think he's gonna average? I think he's gonna average like 25.
No, I don't think so.
25? Think that's too high? 20?
I don't know.
20. He'll be 20. I just don't know what.
Well, we'll see. Yeah.
It'll be 20. I'm still kind of in the Kemba Walker trap. I've always kind of liked Kemba. Like my dad hates Kemba. Like he thinks he's ass. but I've always been like Kemba's nice. Kemba's nice. I mean,
he smiles when he's losing. So.
Yeah. It's like, what kind of lunatic laughs and smiles after the end of the
Kemba
playoff?
averaged 19 on a down year last year, so I mean maybe 23 is in the realm.
He's in the realm. He's gonna be starting. The question is health for him. Obviously, the knees hurt. But the good thing is with Kemba added in, it gives R.J. Barrett a better role, I believe, because now he can be the second ball handler on the team. And so it'll allow him to play off the ball, which I think he plays better. It'll keep him engaged for catch and shoots, which is something that, like, I mean, he shot 40% from three last year on 4 attempts, which is pretty good. So he'll have that available with Kemba. That's able to run off Mitchell Robinson screens when those are really good screens.
Who knows, man? I mean, guy hasn't been healthy. We'll see.
Well,
the Nerlens Noel helps.
Nerlens Noel. He's always been a pretty good backup center, and like now he'll have another opportunity, and I think he'll do work in the playoffs, because this is definitely a playoff team. Probably, maybe. I think so. And then Fournier is another shooter. Julius Randle is going to do his thing during the regular season. My question is, do you think Julius Randle's season last year was a fluke? As most people think it's a fluke.
It's tough.
Because of how
usually guys, they go off 1 year, but the hard part about being a superstar in the league is, can he do it again, and then again, and then again?
It's all consistency.
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe we might dip down to like 24, 25 a game, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just touches.
That's going to be a good story. Like, was Julius Randle's season
a fluke?
Yeah, was that just like an outlier year for him?
Yeah,
Will
because
he ever be an all-star again?
Because
there's definitely been guys like that. Like, they'll go crazy 1 year, make an all-star, and never touch the all-star game again.
Never just, yeah. I mean, I believe Julius Randle will do it again. I think he'll his points will dip mainly because of touches, because now you have Kemba, who is now replacing Elfrid Payton, last year only averaged like 8 points a game, I believe. Not even then.
Yeah, and Fournier.
Or 10. So like you're going up more touches to Kemba. Fournier was an upgrade from Bullock. Bullock was just like a catch and shoot.
Don't talk about my guy like that.
I know you love Bullock.
Don't talk about my guy like that.
But I mean, Fournier can come off screens and like get more touches, and he can shoot. He can shoot mid range. Yeah, he can make decisions for you.
He was a killer in the Olympics.
Yeah. So, and then R.J. Barrett, obviously, and then R.J. Barrett again, just catch and shoot, play off the ball. And then Julius Randle, you're going to give him his touches in the low post, high post, just ISOs, and hopefully he goes right this time. And then you have the bench, who most likely would be Derrick Rose, Quickly, Burks, Toppin, and Nerlens Noel. I've never been a big fan of Toppin. I still don't know why they chose him. Because he was the oldest guy.
He's like 24.
And isn't Chris Duarte 24 too?
Yeah.
Chris Duarte is miles better than Obi Toppin right now. And so like
he's a high flyer.
He's a really high flyer, but like that's it.
He did look good from the 3-point line in the summer league, so hopefully that's one thing he improved on, because they need the shooting from that position.
Yeah, they do. They desperately.
You could definitely tell that was a point of emphasis for them. I was watching the Knicks summer league, and they definitely had him shooting a lot. Like, hey, we're gonna need some 3-point shots out of you.
Yeah, and it's good because like if Derrick Rose wants a break, you can always put him Deuce and Quentin, one of those. Do you think they'll get minutes?
Not heavy minutes, maybe like what is it called? Situational minutes. No, but they're not gonna have like a carved out role. No, not yet. Maybe year 2.
I'm ready for the Deuce McBride game.
Unless there's like injuries.
Yeah. Like Derrick Rose's knee comes back.
I think Miles McBride definitely, like, if there were injuries, he'd get more time over Quentin Grimes.
Yeah, I'm ready for the Deuce McBride game where he drops 35 and everyone goes crazy. I'm ready for that. I'll be waiting for that game because I love me some Deuce McBride. Quentin Grimes will honestly, I feel like if there's 2 of them that'll get the minutes, for me I think it's Quentin, even though like
He's the spot up shooter, right?
He's
Like,
the spot up. He shot like 40-some%.
I could see him having like a Desmond Bane type of role.
Yeah, and like he can run 2 to 4 so like if you don't trust Kevin Knox, if you want shooting out there, then you put Quentin at the 4. You could put him at the 4 if Julius Randle is on the bench, and then
we saw it with Sadiq Bey.
Where he ran
it
4.
It was a worse team, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean, and then you had Nerlens Noel and then Taj Gibson, who will always give you good rebounding minutes, as well. So I mean, I really like this team. If there's like one player, I mean, all these players I will assume will get minutes at one point, like a good amount of minutes, like a good 5 minutes a game, like because
I think Jericho Sims going to G League.
Really? Because I think Thibodeau has never been like non-rookie playable. Like he kind of like, that's why Emmanuel Quickly, like, I think it was a different coach, or was it him?
That was him.
It was him, right? Yeah. Gave Emmanuel Quickly the minutes, and look what happened. Now he's like a premier like guy off the bench. So he's gonna try things, for sure. So if there's one player who's not gonna get any playing time, it's probably gonna be Kevin Knox again.
I think they're done with him. They're just gonna let him ride out the rest of his contract. And he's out of there.
And he's out of there. Yeah, Kevin Knox I don't know why he took him too. Like they took an L in the past like 3 drafts. Yeah. But besides this past draft, that like 3 drafts before they took in, or 4, they took such an L. I think it was like Obi, Kevin Knox, and then like Frank Nitti. And then like somebody who's not even here anymore. Like
obviously he's not even on the depth chart.
Yeah, and then like Barrett and Mitchell Robinson are the only 2 players that they've landed on that are fine. And I think even then was Mitchell Robinson drafted, or was he G League?
I think he was a second-round pick.
Some second-round pick. So like the Knicks, you have a better chance at getting a better player in the second round. But I mean, again, question with this team is health. Can Mitchell Robinson stay healthy? I like Mitchell Robinson. He provided he'll provide the defense that they need, because that was desperately what they needed for the Atlanta Hawks series, because there was just so much. It was either a Trae Young floater or Trae Young to Capella alley-oop.
He has Inspector Gadget arm, so
he does.
He's pretty good as a pick and roll defender.
Insane wingspan. So like,
well, who knows if he's the lob threat, because he had like a broken leg or something, right?
I think that's what something with his leg, yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how. Because again, the defensive assignments will change now that Mitchell Robinson is back, because again, with Trae Young's ascendance and like this new rivalry between New York and Atlanta, which I love, there's gonna be more like attention to Trae Young, and so the defensive assignments, the defensive strategy is going to change. And I think if there's one team that has the ability to, it's probably this team. I think they're going to lead the league, or they're going to be the best defensive team again, besides the Lakers, because the Lakers always manage to somehow be the best defensive team. But I think the Knicks are like right there. They're going to be 1 and 2 again, because they're big. I mean, they have a good young like guard that can guard 1 through 3 in RJ Barrett. Julius Randle can come out to the come out to the perimeter every now and then. Mitchell Robinson has shown to hold his own out on the perimeter. But the thing that's not favoring this team is schedule. They have, I think from what I've seen so far, one of the hardest schedules. Like, it's a really tough schedule. Like, they have 3 basically like 2-week, 3-week stretches where like it's just tough. Like, in the beginning of the season, they have from November 21st to December 4th, they have Chicago, the Lakers, Phoenix, Atlanta, Brooklyn, Chicago, Denver. And then you go to the second half of the season after Christmas, and then you have their West Coast trip, which is the Lakers, then Utah, then Denver, then Golden State, then Portland, and then
definitely gonna be tested.
Yeah,
ideally, like coming out of those stretches, like those 7-game stretches, they could probably like only win 2 games.
Yeah, and then you get 1 break on Valentine's Day, which is Oklahoma City, and then you go back basically East Coast to Brooklyn, Miami, Philadelphia twice.
Wow.
And then Phoenix, and then the Clippers.
Wow.
So
the Clippers.
And look at this. They have like 6 nationally televised games. So we're gonna see this stretch nationally from.
I already see the graphic. The Knicks are sliding down the standings,
and then towards the end, like it's really their second half. Like if you were to count, like poor teams, right? Like Detroit, Oklahoma, Toronto, like as quote unquote easy wins. Like I have check marks here on my list as to like marquee matchups that would probably give them hell. And it's like basically the entire page. So like let's see, Detroit, that's 1, Oklahoma, that's 2, Toronto, that's 3, and then San Antonio, that's 4, Charlotte, Minnesota, that's 6, Cleveland 7, Sacramento, Memphis, that's 9, and then Oklahoma City 10, Sacramento 11, Memphis 12, Portland 13, Washington 14, Charlotte, even then I don't even know Charlotte, 15, Detroit 16, Charlotte again 17, Cleveland 18, Orlando 19, Washington 20, Toronto 21. So 21 quote unquote easy wins for out of 60 some games.
Well, they won 41 last year, right? In 72. I mean, it's gonna be tough. So if Julius Randle, a lot of this, rides on him. He was so successful last year. If he has an off year next year, say he has like a slump middle of the year, because he was just consistently hot last year.
Yeah.
He has a slump anytime during these trips. That's the difference between winning 50 games and winning 42 and going 42 and 40.
Right.
So.
And again, with the schedule, I think they'll go 40 wins again.
I think they'll go 45-ish.
Yeah, around there again. I think like 40. I think they'll probably end up with the same record they did last year, just because of schedule. Because this schedule is tough.
Yeah.
And like for them, kind of revamping the team, like they got people back and they got new people. Like it'll be tough. But I mean, they have time until they get to those stretches. Until they get to that first stretch in November, and like the latter week of November, they have a good amount of like challenge and easy to where they at that point they'll mesh fine.
My hot take for the Knicks this year: they start off slow and Thibodeau gets fired. I'm just putting that out there right now.
Really? Even after the success? I mean, kind of success of last year.
I'm just gonna throw that out there right now.
That's crazy.
It's gonna they're gonna start off okay in October, and then they're gonna lose Christmas Day against Atlanta, and then that's when they're gonna start sliding into November, and then breaking news: Coach Thibodeau's been fired. His assistant is the new interim. That's what I see.
Damn. I mean, that Christmas game is gonna be really good. I'm gonna be watching that game.
I mean,
but the good thing is that everything's right on Julius, right? But then at the same time, let's say Kemba goes out. Let's say Kemba starts showing consistent, starts being healthy. He can at that point Julius doesn't have to be the guy that much. I mean, he'll still be the guy come playoff time, which he has to be ready for. But Kemba will for sure offer help, and like Evan Fournier has shown to be a consistent 17, 18 point per game scorer. So there's going to be help around Julius Randle this time around. Just that when it comes to the playoffs, like, are you going to forget how to play basketball again? Is the question. So yeah, please leave down in the comments what you think the ceiling is for this team, what you think the floor is for this team. Because again, this team is really fun. It just rides on health. I'll be watching them for sure because my guy Deuce.
I'm only watching KP.
The Christmas game?
KP's return.
Oh, KP's return.
That's always fun.
It's just, who the fuck is Tingus Pingus? Yeah. I'll be watching because of Deuce and, of course, my guy, my Lord and Savior, Derrick Rose. So that's why my ankles suck. Because I grew up watching Derrick Rose.
It was just contagious. Transferred through the TV.
Yeah, transferred through the TV. I was like 4 and it was like the Monster thing, but like the opposite way. So yeah, this will be fun. So please leave down in the comments what do you think this team's floor is. Do you think there's a playoff team? Do you think they'll get past the first round the first time? Do you think we're gonna get a Atlanta New York rematch, and how you think that's gonna go this time around? So yeah, please look down in the comments and make sure to subscribe. Please subscribe. We're in the middle of this video. Subscribe, please. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.